Both my parents were in the military. My dad was Marine Corps, my mom was Navy. I was actually born in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and we spent my whole childhood moving around East Coast, West Coast, Pacific, everywhere. It was just normal to me growing up. I was like, okay, every 2 or 3 years we're moving around. Resilience came in pretty early. I didn't enjoy having to make a bunch of new friends every time I moved, like completely readjust to life. And it wasn't that big of a deal in the younger years, but getting into high school and everybody's known each other for 10 years at this point, it kept getting a little more difficult to wedge yourself into friend groups. And obviously it's still possible, but you're a little bit different than everybody else. So you gotta find ways to adjust there. I don't think I had ever considered anything else other than going into college. Maybe at a young age, because my dad is, I think, a fourth generation Marine. I considered it a little bit like, hey, maybe I do military, but it seemed like a lot of sacrifice. You're basically becoming government property for X amount of years. I wanted the freedom just to choose whatever paths. I went to George Mason. They have, I'm not sure if it's still 24/7, but their military office, very short wait times. You can always call, reach out to anybody. When I was doing community college, trying to get prerequisites for this nursing program I'm in, that was really bad. I was sending emails and I wouldn't hear back for weeks, and I'd have to call and hours on the phone. And again, like it was just months of fighting to try to get my GI Bill approved. But the stress in community college might surprise people. It wasn't the actual school itself, it was just an institution that didn't really prioritize or set up itself to be conducive for people utilizing military benefits. It's a lot of extra heartache on top of, the difficulty that just comes with being in school. At George Mason, it was the complete opposite. Everything was done for me within minutes. Any questions, anything I needed. George Mason was really great. I don't feel like most people on campus think too much about military connected individuals because I feel like that's a really broad term. I don't know the exact statistics on it, but I feel like a lot of people are connected, whether they've served or they have a parent or a brother, someone who served. I guess just a military connected individual can be anybody, and it's probably more people than you realize. There's always more to learn, and it really never stops. Even the professors you talk to, like they're still learning, they're still reading textbooks on a subject that they've been studying for 30, 40 years. It doesn't matter how far you go. There's always more to learn, and I really enjoy that. I really like to learn, and I find it really humbling that, even if I'm spending 5, 6 hours a day studying this topic, like I could do this again tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that, and there's always going to be more for me.